Hello everybody, and welcome back. Professor Layton and the Miracle Mask. Last time we went to the past. Kind of, not like... The characters didn't go through it, but we experienced. Flashback. Now, back in chapter 3. We're back in the present in chapter 3. Let's begin. Hold on. Okay, so, the morning after their arrival in Monte d'Or, the Professor, Luke, and Emmy continue their investigation. What clues will they discover? And what will they learn about the masked gentleman? Really, you're just not going to recap anything from Chapter 2? Chapter 3, Discord in Monte d'Or. Hey, Luke. Aww. Why was he sleeping like that?
Where is...
Well, looks like somebody needs more sleep. Don't worry, you stay here while the professor and I investigate, okay? What? You're going to leave me behind? No, nice try, Emmy. I may be half asleep, but you can't trick me. Half asleep? So you admit it then? You could do with a bit more sleep? Sure you don't want to stay here and take a nap? Huh? No, I'm okay. I can investigate too. Come now, you two. Before we set out, let us go through yesterday's events. Okay, but we arrived here in Monte d'Or after we got that letter from Mrs. Lador. When we went to see her, she told us that a shady character calling himself the Masked Gentleman is stirring up trouble in the city. We even got to see one of his miracles last night for ourselves. The professor and I saw him turn people into stone. The whole city is on edge. If the Masked Gentleman isn't caught soon, we don't know what might happen. Indeed. It is our mission to apprehend the Masked Gentleman, then restore peace to Monte d'Or. But in order to do so, we must first find out who is behind that mask. From what I gather, the police are still fumbling for a lead. With so little to go on, it'd be best to get the full story from Mr. Lador himself. An excellent proposition. I was thinking this might be a good time to pay Henry a visit. So we're going to the Ladors? Maybe we can also check the place where they kept the mask then. Puzzle. Well, this is a pleasant surprise. A hidden puzzle. Puzzle 28. Bunny Hop Swap 2. These rabbits' toys are raring to go. There are 3 jump horizontally, diagonally, or vertically over other rabbits. You jump over every number of rabbits, a white rabbit will turn down. Okay. There we go.
is how it's done. All in a day's work.
Only 6? It could be done in only 6? Very taxing, but it works wonders on the little grey cells. To the west, the desert stretches out as far as the eye can see. It's a miracle that they managed to build such a thriving city here. Look, there are circus tent. Look, there are the circus tents. Professor, your star apprentice is reflected in the mirror. Professor, your star assistant is reflected in the mirror. Oh, I spy a refined gentleman reflected in the mirror. There we go. Okay. Collection. Feeble lamp, giving off no more light than a match. This lantern provides little comfort. Alarming clock. Its violent alarm leaves none doubt whether they're awake or in dreamland. Oh shit. Well located. After asking our neighbours, without any real luck, I finally tracked down Paul on the path to the forest. He claims that those men in black suits were old friends of his, but it does seem a little odd. Apparently they came to see Norwell, so we gave them the full tour. Anyway, I've been out quite a while now, and Noel's probably fretting, so we'd better hurry home. Off to Randall's house. What with the wandering around for ages, looking for Pop, the evening's just flown by. Mom had made a pretty good stew for dinner, but I didn't even have time for a second helping since I have to go to Randall's. I don't feel very comfortable going into his house this late, especially when his father's at home, but Randall insists it's fine. I'll just have to make it quick. I'd better get going. Dalston's out late. I bumped into Dalston on the way to Randall's. He's always acting too cool for school, but I can tell he'd like to join our kiddie adventures, as he calls them. Apparently he and Randall used to spend quite a bit of time together back before I moved here. Perhaps he's jealous of me or something. Oh, and I saw him here shopping earlier. That's pretty hard having to work all the time like that. Sneaking into Randall's, I met Angela on the way over the hill to Randall's house. We went through our usual secret entrance so as not to alert Randall's father. The last time he tried using the front door, Mr. Ascot gave Randall extra study tasks for a week, as if we don't already get enough homework at school. Still, he always seems to be expecting us when we arrive, so we're clearly not as cat-like as we'd like to think. Scroll on the wall. The discovery Randall was so excited about turns out to be the legendary Mask of Chaos from Donald Woodridge's Ancient Histories. So the only reason he asked Mr. Collins all that crap about whether the mask existed or not was so he could unveil it to us later. Ah, Randall. Where's the show-off? I bet Mr. Collins' face would be a picture. Still, I'm not convinced the mask is even genuine. The Randall is adamant. To prove his findings, he unveiled a wall of his room, covered in rows and rows of cryptic symbols. Good morning, Monte. It seemed as though the carnival carried on throughout the night, for when we awoke, bright and refreshed, the streets were as busy as ever. After receiving yesterday's events, we prepared to set off once more for the Doors mansion to hear Henry's take on the recent events in Monte. Another reunion awaits me, but I fear that this time we may not receive the warmest of welcomes. Professor, isn't that... No, but then who could it be? A friend of yours, Emmy. No, I could swear I've seen her somewhere before. Never bothered with me? No. Just gonna skip your dialogue. Okay, skipping your dialogue. How befitting of the carnival is of such how befitting the carnival is of such a beauty such as myself. At last I shall have a chance to shine. But you, travellers, I sense that you are overwhelmed by the glitz of the city and in need of guidance from your puzzle queen. I recognize that voice. That fashion sense. Our new granny, how do you know her? She wasn't in the last game. Silence, the beautiful and clairvoyant Elizabeth has spoken.
Clairvoyant? Is that so? Did I hear you say you were a puzzle queen?
Why, yes, I am the ruler of puzzles. And you'll find my puzzle subjects roaming all over this land. Fun, frustrating, finicky, they're out there everywhere you look. Sometimes a puzzle might stump us and we put it off until later. Other times we miss puzzle completely. That is where I come in. I gather those poor neglected puzzles and keep them safe and warm, as a good queen should. In other words, if we let any puzzles slip by, we just have to come and see you.
That sounds very convenient.
Isn't it just? After all, I am a puzzle, Queen Elizabeth, beautiful and clairvoyant. You're catching on, boy. Just stop by my shed. That is my palace. Whenever you're itching for a puzzle for 5.
I only missed one, though.
What? Okay.
Apparently doesn't want me to. I'm sure it'll tell me.
The streets are still packed, but compared to last night, it feels quite peaceful.
The carnival girls must be exhausted from all the thrills.
Do you think there will be another parade tonight, Professor?
From what I've heard, there is a parade every evening. But you gotta remember, Luke, that we are not here for the festivities.
Should we continue gathering information from witnesses?
Certainly. I was thinking we could talk to the locals while we make our way to the Lador residence.
Professor, look! That little girl who was lost, she's crying again! Wait, I was only talking to the clown for a sec, and then my mum disappeared. Where's she gone? You lost your mum again? Professor?
We should try not to stray too far from our investigation, but it is a gentleman's duty to aid those in need.
I knew you'd say that. Alright, let's find this girl's mum.
Can you remember where you last saw your mother, little one?
I think it was near that huge tent with the water guns, whoosh whoosh. That's got to be the Celebration Boulevard. Let's go.
She's...
Hello there. Do I know you?
Gloria, I thought it was you.
Oh, of course, it's young Herschel. Last time I saw you, you were just a lad, and you had rather more hair. A friend of yours, Professor?
Yes, from long ago. This is Gloria. What brings you here? Are you on holiday?
Oh, goodness, no, I moved here to Monte 5 years ago now. There's only a handful of people left in Stansbury, Herschel. It's a sad, desolate place these days. Look at you with your lovely wife and children. I think you didn't invite your dear auntie to the wedding.
Oh, no, it's not what it looks like at all. This is my assistant, Emmy. And Luke here is the son of a good friend.
Emmy Altava. It's nice to meet you, Gloria. And this little girl can't find her mother, so we're helping her look. That's nice, dear. You know, Herschel, it wouldn't have hurt to come and visit now and then. Too late now, though. I never thought I'd say this, but I miss Stansbury. The peace and quiet, the green, and the creepy crawlies. Monte is just hectic these days. Some rowdy character in a mask calling himself a masked gentleman or what have you. He's been going after tourists, too. You've got to keep an eye out wherever you go. I don't know. Be careful, won't you, Herschel?
Of course I will, Gloria. Well, it has been lovely to see you again, but we really must be getting on. That was cute. I Mrs. Adore for beauty. They say her and her hubby are on the best of terms. Maybe now's my chance, eh?
Are you talking about Angela?
That's Mrs. Adore, you scruff. Who said you could use her first name, eh?
What was that about the Littles not getting on?
Yeah, it's obvious, isn't it? He gets some there every night. Who can say where he is all day? Not his wife, anyway.
What do you mean? Obviously, he's busy with all this miracle business. Being the city's founder probably comes with its fair share of duties too.
Don't open your gob when you ain't got a clue what you're on about, love. You're one of them tomboys, ain't you? Can't stand them. Hey, fuck you. A woman who ain't brainy ain't worth my time. That's what I say. But you can't even solve this puzzle. 10th round ace. A and B are confronting each other in a 10-round card game. The rules of this game are simple. Fire beats wood, wood beats water, and water beats fire. The details aren't clear, but it seems that A drew fire 3 times, wood 5 times, and water twice, while B drew fire twice, wood 5 times, and water 3 times. None of the rounds were draws. Can you work out who won which match? Who won this match? Okay. So that's that would be wood. I don't fucking know, man.
Please, allow me.
No? Okay.
Maybe I've met my match.
How many kicker outs am I gonna lose here?
I'm going for it. Huh, well, that's that.
Dude. Oh. See, I told you. Wait, you solved it? I've been trying to work that out for weeks.
Maybe if you spent less time being insulting to strangers, you'd solve a puzzle or two.
A brainy tomboy with a big gob. I'll never be no Angela the door, but I like his style. I don't like it when he calls her a tomboy. Like the word tomboy itself, isn't that like insulting? It's just the way he uses it. Out of my way! Don't you know who I am? I'm Waltham and Co.
Waltham and Waltham? Hiya!
Oh, what charming little ragamuffins! Since you're blocking my path, I assume there's something you want.
We're looking for Mammy. Have you seen her, mister?
Well, how would I know? I've never met your Mammy. Dear, oh dear, what am I supposed to do with you two?
Wait, I'm not lost. I'm just helping to find her Mammy. I mean, her mother.
Oh, splendid then. Now I think of it, I did see a woman rushing towards Celebration Boulevard. White trousers and wavy red hair. Seemed to be looking for someone. Maybe you?
That's got to be her. Thank you, sir. Cheers, mister. Bye-bye.
Don't mention it. Time is money, but I've got that coming out of my ears, so to speak. Oh, the mother knows best. Okay. Oh. There's a bunch of new stuff. The lost little girl. No sooner had we left the hotel than we bumped into the little girl whom we helped last night. In an unfortunate turn of events, she seems to have got lost again. With her mother no doubt frantic with worry, we cannot in good faith continue our investigation until the pair are reunited. I think the most promising location to look is the place where mother and daughter got separated, on Celebration Boulevard. Exodus from Stansbury. While on the way to Celebration Boulevard to help little lost Bonnie, I spied a face that hasn't changed a bit since I was a wide-eyed schoolboy. Gloria! It appears that sometime after I went to study in London, Gloria moved to Monte to start a new life. Seeing these familiar faces again takes me back to a long, long way. I wonder if I may not even meet a few more. Such seems to be the way in the City of Miracles. Episodes. But Miller knows best. Boutique owner Liddell likes to think he cares about her customers. And when one fellow decides to saunter in, he's guaranteed to leave a new man.
Hello there. What can I do for you today? We offer all kinds of attire, from fancy dress to uniforms to national costumes.
The name's Waltham. It should come as no surprise to you that I have a rather lot of cash at my disposal. I want something majestic, something which has power and influence, like, say, gold cloth trimmed with diamonds.
Gold cloth? Oh no, I'm afraid we don't have anything quite so cash here. May I make a suggestion?
It's certainly not my habit to allow others to choose for me, but if you must...
Well, you see, that pudding shape and tacky gold tooth of yours do cramp your style somewhat. But we could probably hide a lot of the extra baggage inside a mascot suit. How about this cuddly bear costume?
Baggage? Are you calling me fat?
I was referring to your overblown ego, actually. I think a lovable bear costume would make it quite nice. Would mask it quite nicely. I imagine your little boy would have found it very endearing. But you never did spend much time with him, did you?
Well, how do you know that?
Very little goes on in this town that Led Miller doesn't know, Mr. Waltham. Now, here's my little suggestion to you. Discard your life of luxury and drop that silly gold cloth and diamond nonsense.
Discard my... What would a poor shopkeeper like you know about my life?
Money may buy you precious metals for your fillings, Mr. Waltham, but it won't soothe heartache. This is your chance to change your life and go back to your loved ones. We are in the City of Miracles, after all.
Why, of all the... Fine, I'm not wearing that ridiculous bear costume, though.
Oh no, I have something even better in mind. Just leave it to Led Miller. He'll barely recognize you.
Toy Robot. Number 3. Colossal Coliseum.
Okay. That doesn't work. Yeah. What's going on here? What does work number? I don't fucking know what I'm doing here. That's not gonna work.
to that second one. I need to be on the second one here. Hold on. No. I need to be on the second one on top. No, I don't know. Yeah, I'm not gonna. Maybe I'll look for the answer some other time. Right now, I'm not gonna be able to do that. Okay, nothing here. I don't care about all this. Flavor dialogue. The gallery isn't open to the public yet. No doubt the police are still at work in there.
Me man was upset because we didn't get to see all the nice stuff in there.
I can't imagine they'll have it closed for much longer.
Maybe it'll be open tomorrow. Or the day after tomorrow?
It depends on what the police find, I suppose. Let's try again later.
The last gentleman is the talk of the town. Have you seen what he can do? It's amazable. I hope I get to meet him. I took the bus all the way from Pittsburgh just to see what it is he crosses my own eyes. Would you like to meet him too, right? He's so wonderful, brilliant. Okay, then I remember this perspective is impossible for him.
$30. Big cake, little cake. A, B, and C each ate one of the 3 differently sized slices of strawberry gâteau. A, C, the medium slice, and B had the large one. A had the large slice, and I had the medium one. A and B have each made one statement that is true and one that is false. Can you work out who ate which slice? Move the slices onto the plates to answer. C, the medium slice, and B had the large one. Or A had the large slice, and B had the medium one. So one of them isn't... No, one is true and one is not. And he doesn't say anything about C. So, my best guess.
Please, allow me.
No? So B was telling the truth. God damn it.
Maybe I've met my match.
So, I had the large, you had the medium.
This is how it's done.
I'm gonna commit murder.
I can do better.
I'm gonna commit murder.
Please, allow me. An assistant can solve a puzzle or two.
It's just that they both lied. The puzzle just straight up lied. That was unfair.
Wonderful, brilliant. How did you manage that? You must be really intelligible. So, Serena, you're hoping to see the last gentleman, right? Aren't you afraid after what he did yesterday? What do you mean? In a little statue of myself, you're gonna have to be terrified because that stalagminium for it. Whenever there's a miracle you can do and from, I'll be at the front of the queue to see it. You do know it's not really a show, do you? He's dangerous. Oh yes, absolutely. The mask dangling is real. That's what makes him so thriller-eating. Serena, meeting a lost gentleman is no more thriller-eating than losing your life savings in a casino. What do you mean? Have you seen the mask dangling in the casino? Well, I know where I'll be going tonight.
Good. There we go. Not quite. Yes. There we go. There we go. You're very good at this game. I say that, but then I'm gonna... some bullshit is gonna happen. I'm gonna fail miserably. Can I go up here? No, there, let me.
We have to find your mummy before we do anything else. Mr. Waltham said she might be on Celebration Boulevard.
Ah, meet again, Professor. Professor Layton. What are the chances? Well, hello there, Mr. Mordaunt. Out running errands, are you? Something like that. I've just been to examine the scene of last night's incident. But to be frank, I've turned up nothing at all. I don't seem to have much talent for detective work with apparently magic. We can't entirely rule out that possibility, but it's far more likely that some sort of trick was involved. So it seems, by the way, I see your party has been a member since last night. Ah, yes, this would be...
Funny, I'm lost. Well, me mum's lost. We're trying to find her.
You wouldn't happen to have seen a red-haired woman dressed in purple in the vicinity, would you? Funny you should ask, really. That's the precise place that you went on Celebration Boulevard just now. She was asking around after the child, too. I didn't expect that's a coincidence.
Cheers, Mr. Noblyhead. You make a proper good detective like.
Oh, my first solved case. Well, I hope you'll find your mother soon. Ta-ta.
Bye-bye.
I love her. I'm adopting her. She's my daughter now.
Hello, isn't today lovely? It's so peaceful compared to yesterday. I know, I've got a full house again.
Things have certainly calmed down. It never ceases to amaze me how quickly people will adapt.
Well, if it's always like this, the masked geese kicks up right fast, and the next day it's like nothing ever happened. I do worry though, like, what if one day something really terrible happens and we get back to normal?
I intend to catch the masked gentleman before it comes to that.
Hang on, I didn't mean to set the tone so grim. Here's an idea, I wanted to brighten the mood.
Oh, yes. Emperor's Throne. 6 penguins are standing on an iceberg, 5 small ones in their rather portly emperor. All penguins can move either horizontally or vertically, but once in motion, they won't stop until they hit another penguin. If there's nothing in the way, they'll plunge straight into the sea. Can you help the emperor penguin get back to his rightful spot in the center of the iceberg? Hmm. There we go. Just kill a penguin. I don't think
Just
the
a
penguin's
dash
dead.
of puzzle solving here.
I'll take a minute. 6 minutes.
A fine puzzle for a
I definitely
gentleman.
didn't mess up before then. 5 years is the lowest.
I was trying, really I am. I can't stop thinking about the thing that the future's all doom and gloom. Oh yeah, a little girl told me that some of the city's bigwigs went in hard again, but it seemed like the trouble.
Was Mr. Lador among them?
Yeah, I think so. They were all trying to pretend like everything's fine, but they look pretty uptight to me. They were having a bit of a barney at one point, trying to pin the blame on each other, sort of like.
Oh, are they not on good terms then?
You could say that. Anyway, I don't care whose fault it is as long as he catches the master gentleman.
Nobody here. Just have her working in her with.
Let that Baron get off here this time. I'll look away for 1 second. Mammy! Oh, wait, eh? Bonnie, where have you been? Maybe let's stay close. I was talking to the clown and then when I turned around I couldn't see you. We looked always for you, Mammy.
Ah, yes. We bumped into your daughter again a little way back.
Hey, thank you so much, Pet. I'm really sorry for bothering you again. She can be a great pain sometimes. Cheers, mister. That Bonnie seems to be quite a little explorer. Maybe she'll grow up to be an archaeologist. I once lost my parents in the middle of London when I was younger. I know how it feels. Oh yes? Weren't you in London just the other week? That's different. Anyway, I decided to go and have a look at one of the banks in the street, and there they were.
Now that we've solved this little case, let's hurry on to the doors. Child, straightforward. Mother and child reunited. Thanks to a tip from the well-to-do Mr. Waltham and further help from Mr. Mordaunt, we finally delivered the child safely to her anxious mother. With the two happily reunited, we can now return to our investigation and focus our attention on the Ladors. I'm sure Henry will have his hands full, so it's probably best that we keep our visit as short as possible. An inquisitive little face peeks out between Jean Paul's stack of toys one day. Maybe we can help Bonnie look for her money. Step right up, step right up. Soft toys, wind-up toys, model toys. Jean Paul's got them all in that shape. Huh?
Oh, boy, look at all the tatties.
Hello, little lady. Are you on your own? Where's your mum and dad?
I think my mum's gone and lost again. Got lost again. I've been looking for her for ages. But me feel a proper killing, so I'm having a break.
Oh, I see. You've lost your mum. Well, not to worry. Jean Paul is here to help. Shall we go and find her?
Oh, but me mum sent me to go anywhere with strangers. And you're a stranger, mister. So if I go anywhere with you, me mum will be cross.
Is that so? Well, in that case, you better stay here until your mum comes back. You can help me run the stall.
Why, I'm class at playing shop, man. Teddies for sale, cute teddies, soft teddies, fuzzy teddies.
You do have a knack for this. I'm showing off these robots now.
Teddies for sale, teddies for sale. White teddies, brown teddies, pink teddies, blue teddies.
The bears are nice, but what about the other toys? You have to show these off too. How about this bunny?
I like the teddies. Teddies for sale, teddies for sale, papa teddies, papa silky ears.
Well, I can't deny you have the voice for this, little lady. You can have a job here when you're older if you like.
Hey, Bonnie, there you are. I've been looking all over. How many times have I had to tell you not to go off on your own?
Ma'am, I think this is your fault.
Oh, hiya, Mammy. Hey, Pat, I'm really sorry. I hope me little Bonnie hasn't been bothering you.
No worries. This little lady has been helping me at the stall.
Aye, that's right. I've been looking after all the teddies.
She's been a great help. In fact, please accept this cute little bear with my thanks. Stop by whenever you like.
Hey, really? Are you sure that's all right?
Absolutely. Your little daughter is no trouble at all.
Thank you so much. That's really kind. Bonnie, say thank you to the nice man. Thank you. Bye, mister.
What a spirited little tyke. She's going places, that one. Right, back to work then. Step right up. Jean Paul has toys of every kind. Teddies, robots, teddies, bunnies, and more teddies. Usually does, man. Step right up. Jean Paul's toys are the best in town. No wonder we've got it. Bears, dinosaurs, rabbits, piggies, cars, and sharpies, and thingamajiggies. Hello, Jean Paul. Ah, aren't you Emmy's friend? How are you enjoying Monte d'Or? Very well, thank you. And Luke is taking good care of the robot you gave us. I'm glad to hear it. I can't really give you another toy, but how about a puzzle instead? "33. Chained Circle. This toy chain is made up of many smaller links. When one link is removed, the chain forms one complete ring. Circle the letter of the link that should be removed. I missed one. Why can't I draw over it? This is removed.
I believe I have this one. An excellent puzzle.
I knew you'd like that. I've got goodies for everyone, even those who are too old for toys. That was a fine puzzle, thank you.
Hey, Professor, did you notice that June Golden talk the same way to us as he does Emmy?
That is because he likes Emmy. Yes, Luke, I did. But let's not mention that to Emmy, shall we? I wouldn't want to embarrass her. Nobody here. Over here. Over here.
Herschel, it's good to see you again. I'm sorry, but Henry has to go out rather suddenly. He asked me to show you into his study, though. Please spend as long as you'd like.
Thank you, Angela. Is everything alright?
Oh, yes, just some business in town, I expect. Shall we, Herschel? Henry's study is this way.
Of course. Please convey my thanks to Henry. I'm sorry to have missed him today.
I know, and I'm sorry too. It's just that things have been a bit hectic for Henry since the masked gentleman appeared. Between dealing with the police and trying to appease these business owners, he hasn't had a moment of himself.
Flacco, you okay?
Oh my, what a beautiful study. Rows of books and not a speck of dust. Yes, Henry is rather fastidious about cleaning. It's what he does to relax. That's a very industrious way to relax.
This is quite a large home to maintain. Do you have any help?
We might have a butler. Oh, Henry does most of the work. Whenever he gets anxious, well, he likes to be productive. He must have a lot of anxiety in his life. Is it true that he was wanted off from nothing? Oh, yes, Henry is quite remarkable like that. Always has been, especially since Randall. Please excuse me. Feel free to examine them and study as much as you like. I'll be here if you have any questions.
Angela, has anyone else been in here besides you and Henry?
Normally, this is Henry's private space. But sometimes when he has visitors, he brings them in here. Isn't the parlor more comfortable? Yes, the study is only for important guests, but when he doesn't want me to have him here.
So, no one is ever in this room without Henry being here as well, correct?
Yes, I don't think a guest could have stolen it. Not that we've had many of late. We keep the doors locked at all times, so whoever stole the mask must have come in through a window. You'd have to be a pretty nimble to get through a window. That would fit the masked gentleman's style.
Yes. I wonder what kind of person would take the mask.
What? Polished to a shine! Oops, I think I left a fingerprint. It's always baffled me why coffee tables are so low.
In this room, you are called by its proper name, tea table. Needed scales. Almost every single one of these books appeals to me.
Baroque architecture? I don't think I could get my head around that. can't even reach them on tiptoes.
Oh, it's probably here, isn't it? No? There we are. Pots are crafted with the intention of being viewed at every angle.
This one's so shiny I can see my face in it. These are sure to fetch a hefty price on the market. That plate must have cost a fortune. Is this gold inlay, do you think? Don't touch it, Emmy! I might break it!
A broken plate would be a sad thing indeed. Such is the case in this puzzle.
Puzzle 34.
The cat's trophy.
Drat, this pesky feline has knocked over 3 plates off the dresser.
The cat has made off with one of the pieces. Choose. Can you tell which plate it's from? Choose between A, B, or C.
Please, allow me. An assistant can solve a puzzle or two.
See, get after that cat. Did you really think I'd break it too, Professor? I'm not that clumsy, you know.
I thought nothing of the sort. But as a precautionary measure, you should probably stand well away.
Oh, give me a break.
Was the mask locked away in this chest?
No, it was hanging on the wall here. You had a priceless artifact and you just left it hanging on the wall? Why not? This is our home. And we thought displaying the mask brought good luck to Monte door.
I see. Where were you and Henry when the mask was stolen?
I think we were both at home, but neither of us saw or heard anything. And soon after that, the masked gentleman started playing his tricks in town. Do you have any idea why he would want to bring Monte to the town?
It could be a disgruntled gambler, someone who lost some property, or maybe someone with a personal grudge. It's hard to imagine anyone taking umbrage with someone as unassuming as Henry. Oh, it would have to be about money.
Whatever the reason, it can't possibly justify throwing the whole city into chaos. Money can make people do crazy things. But things this crazy? I don't understand. The desk looks untouched. I used to see Henry sitting at that desk for hours, though not in recent days.
So Henry would spend a lot of time working here.
Sometimes working, other times he'd just be pulling over that mask. That awful mask. I wish Randall had never found that accursed mask. That thing tore us apart. You, me, Randall. But now it seems the mask has brought us together again. Funny, isn't it?
The mask has been bringing both joy and sorrow. It acted as a catalyst both for Randall's misfortune and Henry's success. Is it true that Monte d'Or would not exist today had Henry not found the mask and the treasure?
Yes, you could say that. Henry used his newfound fortune to open a small inn out here in the middle of the desert. It was a modest place to begin with, but it didn't stay that way for long. People streamed in, explorers, entrepreneurs, and soon tourists. The inn had this be extended, then remodeled. Henry's little hotel project became an astonishing success. And the rest is history. Monte d'Or flourished and became what it is today. I still find it amazing that the city was just one little hotel 18 years ago. Henry credits the existence of Monte d'Or to the Mask of Chaos. That mask has changed so many lives, in so many ways. Say, Angela, does the Mask of Chaos really have magical powers? The person who stole it certainly seems to think so.
Yes, I'm very interested in the culprit's motives. I have a feeling everything will fall into place once we unmask our thief. Who is the masked gentleman and what does he want?
Do you have any theories, Herschel?
Well, I'd hazard that the masked gentleman is most likely someone living here in town. He could be an ordinary citizen hidden behind the facade of an ordinary existence.
You think so?
Angela, let me ask you something. Who in Monte would benefit from the recent turmoil?
Who? I can't think of anyone here who would benefit from this madness.
Do you know of anyone with a grudge against Henry? Anyone you've had a financial dispute with in the past?
The only person I can think of who has a grudge against Henry is, well, Dalston. Dalston?
Alphonse Dalston, you mean?
That name sounds familiar. Yes, Herschel, the very same. Dalston was a friend of ours in Stansbury League. Between them, Dalston and Henry owned most of the businesses in town. They've been rivals for years. I believe they may have had altercations over the property lines of one or two hotels. It wouldn't surprise me if Dalston set out to sabotage Henry. You know how he is, Herschel.
Yes, I do. But it doesn't seem like him to stage such a theatrical display. Also, he is a lot bigger than the masked gentleman.
Well, there is also the fact that Dalston has been receiving advanced warnings from the masked gentleman. He's the only person in Monte besides Henry to have received them. I'd hate to cast aspersions, but isn't it odd that Dalston has such a link to the masked gentleman? That is suspicious, isn't it, Professor?
It is rather odd. I think it definitely warrants some investigation.
Let's go and talk to him, Professor. If you want to see Dalston, his house is just west of your hotel.
What are you doing here? You have a puzzle for me?
Hey, how's it going?
Very well, thank you. How are you?
Just thinking about stuff. Don't believe in lively Cafe Monte d'Or. Big power show going on underneath.
Indeed. Do you know any details then?
Possibly. Nothing's fair in this world except wishes. Solve this puzzle first, then we'll see.
Twinkle Tops.
The bartender places 5 bottle caps on the bar with the star logos facing up. She closes her eyes and starts turning caps over at random, counting every turn. Once she reaches 25, she suddenly slams her hand onto the bar, covers up one of the caps, and asks, is the logo on this cap facing up or down? With the situation shown in the diagram above, how can you explain her answer? How can you answer her question?
I believe I have this one.
Nope. Okay.
I'm not certain what happened here. How about this? Puzzles are made to be solved.
Alright then, you solved my puzzle. I'll spill the beans. Right, another of the doors. Where'd they put this down yesterday using the booty from the treasure hunt? Then you got Dalston. Built a number of hotels here over the years, doing pretty well. Now some murder comes in doing miracles. Who seems to target the door properties? Catch my drift?
If the doors lose their business, Dalston is the first to benefit. Is that what you mean?
Spot on. You sharp you are. Think about who's profiting from the chaos, and you'll find the mastermind.
In other words, you think Alphonse Dawson is the masked gentleman. Maybe, maybe not. Only the masked gentleman knows. Talk to Dawson, though. Couldn't hurt. Well, that is what we were planning on doing.
Hey, it's you again, with the top hat. You're quite the gentleman, I must say.
Why, thank you, miss. I strive to be one in actuality, not merely a dress.
I've heard you gentlemanly types just a little bit of mystery. Is that true? May I test you?
What the fuck is this? Going donuts? A family of 3 run a mobile donut shop. The most popular item is the celebrated 4-color donut. There are 12 donuts on display now, 3 of which are made by the mother of the family. Apparently you can tell which 3 of these are just by looking at them. You find the mother's donuts? The glaze on her donuts is the same on both sides, by the way.
Don't keep me in suspense.
Layton, you're the one solving the puzzle. What do you mean, me?
There is no puzzle without a solution.
Just as I thought. Gentlemen puzzles do go together like pray and grapes. So that this incident has thrust us into the realms of mythology now. Does a masked man have snakes for by any chance?
He claimed to be performing some sort of miracle, but I, for one, do not believe in spontaneous petrification.
Well then, that's for the police to find out, really, isn't it? On the other hand, you do seem to know what you're doing, which is more than we can say for local constabulary. Constabulary? Alright, I trust you'll be able to catch the masked gentleman before the entire city gets turned to stone.
Well, I intend to do the best I can.
Excellent. I'll let you get to it then.
I think I'll talk to Dawson, and then I'm gonna take a break.
Ugh. Never bet on black, never bet on black. When will I learn? Look like beans on toast all weekend.
Excuse me, sir. We are seeking information on the masked gentleman. Could you speak to you for a moment?
Look, mate. If I knew anything about the masked gentleman, I'd be down at the city hall collecting my reward. But if I were to bet on it, I'll say it's some poor blighter who's just out on his luck. He's not a villain.
Really?
Picture this, ordinary bloke gets fleeced in the casino, he loses everything, because it's all fixed. It's not his fault.
Are we still talking about the masked gentleman here?
Hang on, do you really think someone would start pretending people to stone just because he lost a few bets? It's just a theory, okay? It just doesn't make any sense that horses would be so... Forget it.
Wait, what about horses?
You want to know, do you? Sorry, mate. Nothing's free in this world. We'll have to solve this puzzle very first.
Is it gonna be gambling related? Please be gambling related.
It's gambling related.
Spin shenanigans.
This roulette wheel isn't behaving as it should. Instead of stopping at random, the ball seems to land on numbers according to some unknown rule. In successive spins, the ball lands on 10, 9, 8, 5, and 3. Where will the ball land next? The rule for this sequence of numbers is only possible on a spinning wheel. What could it be?
take a look at all the numbers on the wheel in order. Do you notice anything strange? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Wait. 10, 9. 8, 5, 3.
Don't keep me in suspense.
I'm done.
Perhaps I need another look. I believe I have this one.
There we go.
Solving puzzles is truly a pleasure.
999. That's a video game. First I lose this week's wages, and now I've got to give her my only useful piece of info about some of those stupid animals. Please, sir, what were you saying about horses? And how did that relate to the masked gentleman? Well, I already said around the time he first turned up, you could make some serious money selling horses. That's all I know. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'll have to check the park benches for loose change.
Why would he think that his information is valuable? Was he betting on horse races as well?
Perhaps it was something to do with the incident in which the masked gentleman turned people into horses.
Oh, that's right. That was donkeys years ago.
No. We should find Dalston's home to the west of here. Hey, man. Aha! This must be the circus. We left the ringmaster on outside our hotel, didn't we?
Can we go inside? Vic, we're not here to have fun. We're in the middle of our investigation. I know that. This part of town has quite a different feel to it, doesn't it, Professor?
Yes, we're on the edge of the desert here. You can even see part of an old ruin over there.
Really? Wow!
Yes, this entire region of the desert is dotted with extremely ancient ruins. Traces of another civilization. Although Monte is a new city built in the latest architectural fashion, traces can be found here and there of a very ancient civilization. Where do these come from, and what could it mean? This area of desert is known to be the site of various ancient ruins. Monte must also have its share of relics. The Mask of Chaos was first studied by the historian Donald Rutledge, but its purpose has never been understood. It seems that many of the former inhabitants of Stansbury have moved to Monte d'Or. That must have also boosted the population. But we are getting distracted. Let's proceed to Dalston's house. Before that, I wanna look around, man.
What a charming little circus tent.
I wonder if the clowns from the city centre are present.
I love the circus. Will the clowns last so? Is this a pillar of rock or a tree trunk? I can't tell.
No doubt the ruins of some kind of ancient structure.
Ruins? How exciting. But how would you place them in, Professor?
That's 4 hen coins. What?
Hey, have you been to the circus yet? They have a tiger. Look what's that? They have a magic show. It's way better than that silly masked gentleman's tricks.
So you think the masked gentleman does tricks?
Of course, there's no such thing as magic, mister. Sword tricks, no doubt about it. Well, there might be more to it than that. The world is full of mysterious things. I learned that there are no puzzles in this world that can't be solved. It's true, a nice man at our hotel once told me. So, yeah, I can show you. Have a go at this one. A school teacher called a bright pupil up to the front of the class and asked them this. Do you see these 5 patterns? Why did I say 2? Each one is made using 2 paper L shapes. None are rotations or mirrored versions of any other, yet they all have something in common. Using these 2 L shapes, can you make another pattern that shares a common feature of the other 5? Move and rotate the pieces to form a 6th pattern that shares a common feature. Huh. That is this? No. I can't press submit, so that's not it. That's already is one. Let me fucking rotate this.
I believe I have this one. Solving puzzles is truly a pleasure.
Every puzzle can be solved and every magic trick can be explained. The man from the hotel has said that the masked gentleman's miracles were real. I don't understand. Every puzzle may have a solution, but some of the solutions have to be puzzled out, I suppose. Huh? I'm confused. Grown-ups talk about such difficult stuff sometimes.
Don't worry. I'm sure you'll turn into a fine puzzle solver when you're older.
Professor!
Don't move.
This puppy should learn some manners.
Dude, it's a dog. You can't beat up a dog. I don't think you win this fight, Emily.
Leave that young lady alone. Get back here, now!
Oh, there's such a giant fucking dog, too, Emmy. Such misplaced confidence. Oh, Herschel. Herschel Layton. Is that you? I haven't seen you in years.
Hello, Dalston. It has been some time. You look well.
What are you doing in Monte d'Or? Don't tell me you moved here too.
No, I'm here on business. So, you love Stansbury, I see?
Everyone loves Stansbury turned into a ghost town after that mess with the Asphalt family. Ghost towns don't attract many tourists, hotels don't make any money.
Ah, yes, you always did mean to build your own hotels, didn't you? It seems you've done quite well for yourself.
Enough small talk, Layton. What's your business here?
I'm investigating the recent events surrounding the masked gentleman. Who put you up to this, Angela? Let me guess. I'm a suspect now, right? Well, that's a little rubbish. What do I have to gain from that maniac terrorizing the town? It's chaos was bad for business, everyone's business. I've heard that there is something of a prolonged power struggle going on in Monte. If one wanted to hurt an opponent, one might be willing to make a sacrifice or two, no, hypothetically speaking. Why does the masked gentleman send a warning of his plan specifically to you and Henry? There must be plenty of other business owners in town who would be glad of the information. It certainly looks as though there is some connection between you and the masked gentleman, Dalston. Ha ha ha. I was ever Layton. If anyone is connected to that creep, it's Angela. I beg your pardon? You weren't the only one Angela blamed for Randall's untimely end. Henry encouraged Randall to go on that expedition and convince Angela to let him. Years later, Angela and Henry are married. You know the saying, keep your friends close and your enemies closer. Angela holding a grudge against Henry after all these years. Come now, Dalston. That seems highly unlikely. Angela changed after Randall's death. You know that. She got uptight and sulky. Maybe she buried her resentment deep down and she's been plotting revenge all this time. Think about it, Angela never forgave you for Randall's death. Practically drove you out of Stansbury, didn't she? I wouldn't say that. Open your eyes, Layton. Henry loved Angela and he couldn't stand seeing her with Randall. That's why he sent Randall out on that expedition into the ruins. And I knew how dangerous it was. That's ridiculous, Dalston. Oh, is it? And how come Henry kept everything Randall discovered about Norwell to himself? So we could find the treasure that should have been Randall's and take it for his own. Angela wasn't going to let Henry get away with that. It's the old masked gentleman fiasco is their doing. With one stroke, Angela can ruin Henry, get the treasure and exact the revenge. It's genius! Well, that's quite the tale, Dalston. But without proof, that's all it is. I hope I'm there when the penny finally drops, Layton. This isn't a city of miracles. It's a city of betrayals.
A city of betrayals? Wow, that's...
See? Even a child can see it.
No,
It's alright, Luke.
Professor, I think we've heard enough. Let's go now.
I heard this boy has a mind of his own. Well, if you won't talk to me, at least go and see the mayor. The mayor, you say? Say. I've heard he's put together a special task force to root out that masked lunatic. If you're serious about finding the truth, we want to have a chat with him.
Actually, Dalston has a point there.
Indeed. Let's head to the city hall then.
Mr. Dalston, another letter. Two, actually. One for you and the other is for someone called Mr. Layton. Does anyone know who Mr. Layton is?
That would be me. Greetings, my friends. Oh, do I have to press it? Okay, yes I do.
I trust you enjoyed last night's festivities. I certainly did. It was so refreshing. You see, people who are made of stone cannot cheat or lie. In fact, they cannot do anything unpleasant. They just stand there in dignified silence. To rob a person of their power to do evil is quite miraculous. Don't you think? Almost as miraculous as my follow-up tonight. I will be performing in the gallery plaza, and I assure you it will be a most enlightening experience. I hope you will attend. Until then, I, the masked gentleman, bid you adieu. A warning from the masked gentleman.
while I stood before you.
How did anyone know we were here? Professor, we're being watched.
I think you're right, Emmy.
Look, that place is going to be teeming with tourists tonight.
We still have time before it's sundown. We need to inform the mayor.
Right, Professor?
Let's go. The mayor should be at the city hall, just beyond the door place. He's probably busy playing with the special task force. He's called in reinforcements from London, too. Maybe they're busy analysing the suspicious evidence against me as we speak.
Maybe so.
Come now, Luke. Let's head to the city hall. Thank you, Dalston. This was very informative. Can I please move faster than this? It's so slow. I mean, it's always been slow, but like, we can see the map. You're showing us the map. You should just let us move. And the city hall is just up ahead. This must be the city hall. What a grand building.
Let's go in and find the mayor and his task force, Professor.
Okay, I'm gonna talk to him and then take my break. So these particularly the present chapters here in this game are gonna make me need to take breaks.
No, the task force strategy meeting is about to start. My partner still isn't back. I don't know why he bothers gathering evidence at the scene is one giant waste of time.
Does this concern the petrification incident?
Yeah, but it's too late now. Whatever evidence might have been there has been compromised by the crowds. That know-it-all from London and the chief are at each other's throats all day. And the other bloke is just a meathead. A meathead? What's a meathead? It's the chief's words, boy, not mine. The plaque reads Monte City Hall. There's just one thing that surprises me. Where's the neon?
Despite its architecture, you can't expect the building to be all that old. It is a pretty big building.
You wanna have a brother now?
La-di-da! Where's the man? Oh, I know. You think the city hall is too serious for clowns, don't you? Well, it so happens I keep the officers motivated with the little routine of mine whenever they pass by. Watch this! Move your hands in the air and solve the miracle. Today, we'll find that gentleman and make him pay. That is quite a rousing chant, I must say.
Oh, keep going. I can feel my adrenaline pumping.
Look out, masked gentlemen, my chanting will be the end of you.
At least you're staying positive.
Yes, it's good to see that.
Wow! Why didn't we have a big city hall like this back in Miss Tollery?
And Monte continues to impress. There are a great deal of police officers here. Is this where they are stationed?
I don't think so. I heard the main police station is somewhere outside town. But look how many there are. Their entire force must be here. It seems the masked gentleman is receiving quite a bit of attention.
Yes, but they have certainly upped the ante. We didn't see this many officers the night of the petrification incident, which could also mean they were not prepared. Perhaps the masked gentleman doesn't always send out a warning.
But that's not fair. Striking when the town is helpless. What about all the innocent people he's hurting?
That's right. That's the right attitude. Luke, let's solve this case swiftly, before anyone else suffers.
Stamp and file, stamp and file. The paperwork has gone through the roof since the last gentleman turned up. All these boys in blue milling around and they still can't catch their mark. Imagine if I was that bad at my job. How do they expect to solve crime when they can't even solve this puzzle? Oh! What are these? You have a stack of thin lines, which are 3 by 3 small squares in size. There are 3 colors, and each tile is 1 color. You want to use the limited tiles available, and stack them on top of each other to ensure pop out like the one above. Okay. I have to do it like that. No. Wait. How the fuck? How the fuck? Oh wait, I think that might be right, actually. Okay, I don't know. There.
Don't keep me in suspense. There is no puzzle without a solution.
You did it. That's some expert tiling right there. There, no news citizen has solved the puzzle at some the police. No wonder this case is going nowhere.
Well, it isn't an easy case. The masked gentleman is a strange and highly unpredictable adversary.
And the crowd's focus is shield. The police can't use aggressive methods to take him down without putting civilians in danger. I've heard the excuses more times than you can imagine. Tell me, why are those paintings not back at the gallery? Why are those people not turning their voices to loud this someone mentioned rain? Whatever. The task force is in the meeting room in the back. If you have the mayor's permission, go on in. Wow, she's lost all faith in the police, hasn't she?
The local police are feeling rather let down. People are feeling rather let down. The incident started over a month ago, so you can't blame them.
I really hope we can catch the masked gentleman before his next trip. What's that? Free literature and tea? Don't mind if I do.
It's refreshing to be treated with such an excellent refreshment.
But the cold tea's already gone cold.
The power cables for the lamps are connected to in a rather peculiar way.
That is pretty strange. Which one goes where, Professor?
Oh, puzzle 40. Crossed connections. You have 4 cables plugged into the 4 sockets. But as they run through the pipes, you have no idea which cable connects to which socket. You only know part of where cables B and C run through, shown above. The length of each cable inside the pipe is 6 meters for each cable, and each section of pipe is 1 meter long. However, while the vertical pipes can hold as many cables as needed, the horizontal pipes can only hold 1 cable. Can you work out which cable is connected to which socket? I'm gonna be completely honest. This is just going way over my head.
How about this? Puzzles are made to be solved.
Well done. Cable A goes into socket 3, cable B into socket 4, cable C into socket 1, and cable D into socket 2. Yeah. That's that then. Still, I don't know what establish such an illogical setup is beyond my understanding. I know we have to probably have to talk to that guy right there.
The civil servants all look really hard at work. Is it that difficult, working in a city hall?
Well, they have a lot to manage to make a city this size tick.
I fancy scribbling some stuff on these forms for a laugh.
I would strongly advise she's already started.
Finally, something I can reach. It looks so boring.
Alright. Well, I'm gonna take my break here. See you all later, okay? Alright. You want to talk to this man to get there?
Could I have you at all, sir?
We'd like to see the mayor. We've heard that he has assembled a task force to investigate the masked gentleman.
Civilians need the mayor's permission to talk to the task force. To get that permission, you need to see the mayor. Which is what you just asked for. I'll see if I can find him. Wow, we're actually going to meet the mayor of Monte. I wonder what kind of man he is. Managing a city of this size must be a big responsibility. I wonder if I could do it. Maybe I'll be a mayor when I grow up. How does Mayor Luke Triton sound? That doesn't have such a bad ring to it. Just as long as you give us the royal treatment when we come and visit.
Oh, a man. Rise, Williams, Mayor of Monte. It is my great pleasure to welcome you all to our fair city. Thank you. My name is Layton. I'm a friend of Angela Lador's.
Emmy Altava. Pleased to meet you, Mr. Mayor. I'm Luke Triton, the Professor's apprentice.
My friends and I are investigating the masked gentleman. We'd like your permission to contact the Special Task Force and offer our assistance. Investigating? Fancy that. Well, we need all the help we can get. Let's see now. What's your puzzle-solving record so far? You definitely need to have solved at least 25. Ha! You have. You are amply qualified. Welcome to our task force. To be honest, our investigation has been a bit bumpy. Already a puzzle check. That's crazy. The detectives in London and our chief of police aren't getting along at all. I'm sorry to hear it. I requested assistance from London. See, I've forgotten their names, but they seem a sharp lot. Ah, yes, our strategy meeting is about to begin, I think. Please come on in and join the meeting. If you could defuse the situation, I would be incredibly grateful.
Detectives from London, huh? I wonder who that could be.
They're all in the briefing room back there. I'm counting on you. Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Alright. I do wanna... Yeah. Weighted scales. These scales can't make any useful judgments with those uneven eyes. Wowie. You press the back button. Game. Absent Henry. You attend to the Layton mansion to talk to Henry, but he was again not present. I'll admit I was not entirely surprised. Presumably he's tied up in meetings considering last night's events. As the founder of Monte, he bears a great deal of responsibility. Despite Henry's absence, Angela allowed us to investigate his study. She was perfectly decorous throughout, yet I feel there was something rather off about her. I can't quite put my finger on it. A thorough search of the study. Having performed a thorough search of Henry's study, we were unable to find anything remotely connected to the masked gentleman. The mask of chaos was stolen from this house, but there were no signs of a break-in, nor any clues as to who could be responsible. When I asked Angela if she knew of anyone who might bear a grudge against Henry, she could only think of Alphonse Dalston, another former resident of Stansbury. Seeing Dalston again. Chateau Dalston lies ahead a feud of the Lador estate. Past the Stella Circus, we stopped by, hoping to interview the master of the house, but he was as uncooperative as ever. Still, it was interesting to meet Dalston again. It seems he has achieved a great deal in the past 18 years through hard work and sheer determination. Before leaving, we received a highly unsettling letter. I believe a visit to the City Hall is in order if we are to crack the case. The headquarters at City Hall. Just as Dalston informed us, the City Hall is being used as headquarters for a special task force. I hear Monte has its own police station, but for a case of this magnitude, Mayor Williams decided to provide a larger base of operations and call in extra help. As well as assigning the entire Monte police force to the case, the Mayor has requisitioned some hiring officers from Scotland Yard. I've yet to find out who they are. Alright. Now we can go in. Hey, Grosky. Those legs. Holy shit, man.
Oh, it's Emmy and Layton, and the little chap too.
Little chap? I'm not a child. I'm Luke Triton, apprentice of Professor Layton.
Ah, of course. Inspector Grosky. We should have known it was you. How did you get in here with all the competent police officers?
Emmy, how rude. If you're not careful, you might end up hurting my feelings. Guess I'll have to turn to my arrest record at Scotland Yard to cheer me up.
And how many of those arrests came with the professor's help? About half?
Why are you being so rude to him? What the fuck? You weren't this rude to him in the last game?
Yeah, I suppose that sounds about right. Good to see you too, Emmy.
Professor Layton, I presume. Detective Inspector Leonard Bloom, Senior Detective at Scotland Yard.
That's quite the title. Herschel Layton, how do you do?
Wow. This must be a really big case to call in Scotland Yard's finest.
I guess so.
I wonder how the local police feel about bringing in external help.
How did all these people get into my briefing room? Who are these civilians? Where's my tea?
Chief Inspector Sheffield, may I introduce Professor Herschel Layton? Scotland Yard has solved many difficult cases with his assistance. I assure you, any help he can offer will be invaluable to us.
All right then. Just make sure he doesn't get in the way. Now, if we're done with the pleasantries, I'd like to get on with solving this case.
Oh, a new episode has been added. Grosky runs rampant. I guess we can... There is a crowd. Inspector Grosky and the esteemed Detective Bloom have come to from Scotland Yard to assist Chief Inspector Sheffield of the local police force with the masked gentleman case. The mayor spoke of bad blood between two of the inspectors, and I must say relations between Sheffield and Bloom seem tense. Still, I believe they can put their differences aside. The task force should yield some positive results. I am to take part in a strategy meeting shortly. Shortly meaning after. Grosky runs rampant. Due unflinching determination and a vast amount of chest hair amount to the sum of their parts. With Grosky on the beat, it's hard to tell. Monte door at last. Now where is this devious villain that's been menacing the city, eh? You there, stop in the name of the yard. Yes, how may I be of assistance, sir? Inspector Grosky, I was hoping you could tell me about this masked mantelpiece or what have you. Masked mantle? Ah, I believe you mean gentlemen. I am honoured that Scotland Yard would take an interest. Let's cut to the chase. Tell me what's going on in the city. I'll make short work of this scumbag. Well, simply put, a strange man has stolen the symbol of our city, the Mask of Chaos, and is using it to commit nefarious deeds. He calls himself the Masked Gentleman, and claims his acts are miracles, but I would sooner call them nightmares. Nightmares, as you say? Well, we can't let that go unchecked, can we? That rascal, toying with innocent citizens. If I may, it may interest you to know that a special task force has been established at the City Hall. Why not contact them? Aha! So they're at the City Hall, eh? Watch your step, Master Gentleman. Justice will be served piping up. Ah, sir. I do believe that's the wrong direction. Oh dear, he's out of plain sight already. It was just around the corner, too. Before we talk with any of you, let me look around this room. It's a standard projector that can be used for both moving images and stills. The ones they use in cinemas must be bigger than this. If I had to choose between projections or photos, no contest. Those are blinds. Okay. When you're ready to start, talk to Chief Inspector Sheffield and take your seat. How long is this meeting going to last? Maybe we should plan a small exercise routine so we don't get stiff. It's our brain we're meant to be exercising, Inspector. Right, are we ready to get this meeting started? Not got any other business, have you? Because this is going to take a while. Okay. Good. Park yourself in a seat and let's get this over with. Literal blockhead.
Let's not drag this out any longer than we need to. Grab a seat and sit in it.
Just a small child. Some random small child. In the minds of these
Blue,
people.
the floor's all yours.
Please, if you would give me your attention, then perhaps I could help you apprehend the masked gentleman. Since you have proven yourselves to be astoundingly ineffective thus far, we've brought in some extra brain power to expose the truth behind these malicious tricks. This masked buffoon has made 4 appearances. We will now dissect each one carefully.
By demystifying the masked gentleman's crimes, we aim to learn his methods and use that knowledge to track him down. We have a special guest here. His skills of observation are unparalleled in this room. Professor Layton, if you would. Of course. Where would you like to start? Let's start with the most straightforward case. The people who turned into horses. Ah, yes. I haven't been able to gather much evidence on that case. However, I understand that there were witnesses. Indeed. Perhaps we should fill you in on what we know. Thank you. That would be very helpful. Well, naturally. We have the statements taken from witnesses at the scene. Let's start with those. Please, go ahead. Detective Bloom. Solve the puzzle. I will now summarize the witness statements and present some relevant evidence. Please pay close attention. Are we playing Ace Attorney right now? I haven't been in one of those games yet. I think that it comes out after. I think it came out after this one. The incident occurred at night. The carnival's main attraction, the nightly parade, was in full swing. As the parade approached a bend in the road, near the shopping district, the masked gentleman appeared. Presumably the area was full of tourists. Yes, just as the masked gentleman had planned. A flash lit up the sky, and the crowd looked up to see the gentleman stood up high above them on a ledge. According to our reports, he snapped his fingers and the light intensified, blinding the onlookers. When the bright light subsided, it appeared that some of the people had been turned into horses. At any rate, those people vanished, leaving behind only a few personal effects. Detective Bloom, do you have a theory as to what really happened that night? Yes, I do. I see. Please allow me to confirm a couple of points before we continue. Does the parade start at the same time every evening? In a manner of speaking, I suppose. It always starts just after sunset. Were you able to confirm the identities of the people who were supposedly turned into horses? No. Oddly enough, none of their belongings contained any IDs, and no missing person reports have been filed. I see. Thank you, Detective. Looking at the information at hand, I believe the truth is clear. The masked gentleman obviously tricked witnesses into believing some people had been turned into horses. There's one essential atmospheric element to his charade. What was the key element necessary for the masked gentleman's trick to work? Not the weather, obviously. Time of day? Or the colors in the parade? No. The masked gentleman used the vivid colors of the parade as a distraction. Suppose that's possible, but I don't think that many witnesses would be fooled so easily. It was already dark at the start of the parade, so it would be easy to miss things even before the blinding light. My thoughts exactly, Professor. And of course, it's much easier to trick the eyes with bright lights when it's dark all around. Several witnesses claim they actually saw tourists transform into horses. I, however, do not believe in magic. Why couldn't the witnesses have seen the tourists transformed? There were no tourists? No. Perhaps there were no tourists in the first place and they were just an illusion. Not what I meant by no tourists, Layton. There's nothing in the reports to suggest that. Come on, Professor, think. When the horses appeared, the people's eyes must have been closed. Right. At night, their eyes would have been extremely sensitive to bright light. They couldn't have seen anything. In other words, the masked gentleman temporarily blinded onlookers to cover up the trick. But I was so cold that tourists swiftly left, and horses were set loose on the street, which leaves just one thing left to explain. Where were the horses hidden? What? No, I don't know what it's... No. The small dark alleys giving on to the high street, one could hide horses in those and release them all at once. It would seem you have it all worked out, Professor. Would you care to elaborate for everybody? Certainly. First, it seems that the key to this miracle is in its location. The shopping district is full of little alleys, and that particular area is isolated by a bend in the road. Just before the incident, everyone was absorbed in the parade. No one paid attention to the dark alleys. A bright light appeared suddenly, blinding the crowd, and horses were released from the alleys. At the same time, people disguised as tourists dropped some props and went to hide in the streets. By the time the witnesses could see clearly again, all they beheld were the horses. Precisely, but there's no evidence that the masked gentleman had accomplices planted among the tourists. True, but isn't it suspicious that the belongings found at the scene contained no forms of identification? Besides, if these people had been genuine tourists, their families would surely have reported them missing. Very good, Professor. That was my conclusion as well. What? So the masked gentleman's miracle was just a simple trick? Yes, Chief Inspector. Smoke and mirrors, so to speak. Only in this case it was bright lights and dark alleys. Bah! Alright, men, let's have a breather. You can come and see me again when you're ready to go on. It's good to have your help on this case, Professor. You may bring us... Your insight may bring us a great deal closer to catching our villain. We won't resume the meeting without you. Just talk to the Chief Inspector whenever you're ready. That's Layton for you. Reckon you can explain the next miracle too. Alright, time to move on to the next miracle. Let's see what you can make of this one, Layton. I will do what I can. What do you know? Not a lot. The short of it is some characters propped out of paintings at the art gallery and ran a riot in town. Characters from paintings ran a riot, you say? What did they do exactly? The witnesses reported people dressed in stage clothes charging around and breaking things. But when the sun went down, they appeared just as quickly as they disappeared just as quickly as they appeared. Did anyone actually see these people step out of the paintings? No, the gallery had already closed by then. In that case, why did anyone suppose that they came out of the paintings? Well, apparently they looked just like some characters in the famous paintings, down to the finest detail. And when we checked the gallery, we saw that the paintings were empty. Empty? Do you mean? Characters in those paintings were gone, vanished. Only thing left was the background. You saw this yourself. Interesting. The key to this trick must lie in the paintings themselves. That's what I thought, but we've thrown out our best experts at these paintings and haven't found a thing. I see. Please allow me to ask a few more questions, then. Were the paintings from which the people disappeared... Did the paintings come from a common source? As a matter of fact, they did. According to the curator, they were all donated earlier that day. It was a collection of replicas and the donor wanted to remain anonymous. All the paintings we're investigating came from that collection. That can't be a coincidence. Whoever donated these paintings was an accomplice. Agreed. We looked into it, but nobody has a clue who this mysterious donor is. We questioned the whole staff at the gallery, but they all came out clean as a whistle. What a huge blue waste of time all that was. I think we must understand how the illusion was created in order to find the truth. Well, these paintings... No. Were the paintings packaged in any particular way? The curator did say that the paintings were vacuum sealed. He said this was usually reserved for rare items. Interesting. I believe the airtight packaging is relevant here. The portraits were sealed when they arrived, and the frames came in thick metal cases. The gallery staff was pretty surprised that replicas were given such secure packaging. They didn't really think much of it. Indeed. Still, in order for my theory to be correct, the donation must have included specific display instructions. Did the display instructions specify... Were there specific instructions about the exact time to display the paintings? Yes, actually. There were. How'd you know, Layton? The crates arrived in the morning, but the instructions from the donor said to display them precisely at noon. And therein lies the trick. The illusions were created by... hallucinogenic gas. The portraits were treated with a special paint that slowly disappears when exposed to air. Does such a thing even exist? We have all observed how sunlight causes a painting to fade, yes? In a similar way, it's possible to create chemically reactive paint that turns transparent when exposed to air. Of course, with paint like that, you can make anything disappear from a painting. Correct. Naturally, it would take some time for the paint to turn transparent. So the timing must be precise. The seals were removed so that the paint disappearing would coincide with the appearance of the rioters. The masked gentleman had these rioters dressed exactly like the individuals in the portraits. This is either genius or a hogwash. I like this theory of yours, Layton, but we have no evidence to back it up. Well, I doubt such paint would just disappear without a trace. If you examine the canvas for chemical substances, you'll find residual outlines where the paint will turn transparent. I'll order the analysis. Excellent work. I underestimated you, Layton. Another one down. Good work, Professor. Let's have a break. I order the breaks around here, Bloom. Alright, everyone, off you go. Layton, let me know when you're ready to go on. Right, you lot, let's get on with it. Inspector Grosky, you're up next. Alright, Layton. Here's another of the Crook's miracles for you to ponder. Even you'll find this one hard to explain. We'll see. If it's anything like the first two, it's not a miracle at all. The other two didn't involve people being engulfed in flames. True. Tell me more about it. Certainly. I have the report right here. It took place last Sunday. That more than 13 citizens received an anonymous letter. An ominous letter. Naturally, it was from our dastardly villain, the masked gentleman. Esteemed citizen, I cordially invite you to a special afternoon show of our latest event. No, latest miracle. Come to the gallery plaza at 1 p.m. sharp. I must insist you attend unless you wish to forfeit your life letters. Wow. I also advertise the event in the papers Miracle and Rogue. A modern piece by the masked gentleman. That's a bold move. I suppose the townspeople came. Townspeople and tourists alike. The crowd was enormous, apparently. This is the Monte welcome. I'm Master. I've been your host for today's event. Also with us afternoon are 15 very special guests here at my personal behest. The Crook's voice could be heard, but there was no sign of him. Only an odd tent in the plaza center. Then just before 1 p.m, the canvas fell to reveal the stage with the 13 invitees standing on it. How far were the audience from the stage? They can't have been close, or a lot of them would have been hurt. You see, when the clock struck 1, boom! They fucking died. The 13 people on stage all burst into flames. According to reports, the flames grew into an inferno, then poof, gone, along with all the people on the stage. The people on stage disappeared? Correct. As far as I can see, the only explanation is that they burnt to ash and blew away. That's not a miracle. It's a public execution. Except it wasn't. The Bureau found at their homes later on, with not so much as a scratch. But that's impossible, yes? The victims are just as confused as us. Went to the plaza and that's all they remember. Did you check the stage? Perhaps there was a space to hide underneath. It wouldn't have been much of a hiding place. The entire stage was consumed by a fire. I'm racking my brain, but it would be easier to bench press a lorry. Well, the investigating officer is present. Yes, sir. I took evidence from the witnesses and interrogated all 13 individuals involved, sir. Splendid. If you don't mind, I'd like to ask you a few questions. The masked gentleman handpicked his victims. Were they... Were the invitees friends by any chance? No, sir, not exactly. But there was something. Go on, please. Well, it turns out the 13 invitees are all members of the same squash club. Really? That's news to me. Tell me more about this club. Not much to tell, sir. It's a popular club. I concluded that the whole thing was just a coincidence. A coincidence, eh? What do you think, Layton? I think the young officer may have found a lead. Now, I have another question. Did any of the witnesses see... Did anyone see the 13 people take the stage? No, sir. No one was seen entering the tent or leaving it. So, the invitees all got on the stage without anyone seeing them. In the middle of the day, no less. Indeed. I think this detail might be the key to solving the puzzle. Final question, if I may. Could you tell me about the clothes the 13 wore on stage? Of course, sir. Ask me anything. Were they wearing? No. Were the invitees' clothes different from what they were wearing when found later on? I don't know, sir. Is it important? It may be. Could you check for me? Of course, sir. I'll have a quick look through the photos. What are you thinking, Layton? We might be onto something here. Well, how did you guess, sir? All their outfits changed. What? I checked the photos from the incident. The invitees were all wearing something else when we found them later on. What's that got to do? Oh, I think I got it. Another win for the yard. Don't hurt me, Inspector. What is it? The victim's clothes bent up on stage and they all ran home naked. Well, I don't hear anyone else speaking up. Stop that smirking, Layton. What is it? Out with it. I don't believe any of our 13 victims ever left their homes. Nonsense, Layton. Hundreds of people saw them on that stage. Allow me to explain. We know that the masked gentleman sent instructions to 13 people, asking them to come to the plaza. That's right. But the whole town was sure to attend thanks to the newspaper advert. Our villain already had his pick of victims. I believe the 13 each received 2 letters. The first letter was to be shown to the police, and the second held the true instructions. These so-called special guests were not summoned to the plaza at all. They were ordered to stay away, threatened even. But they were all on that stage. No, it merely looked as though they were. Those people on stage were really just expertly crafted mannequins. And the clothing? Ah, yes, they'd always even wore clothing that belonged to those they resembled. Clothing that was stolen in advance. Ah, from the squash club. Some of them did say they'd been victims of theft recently. Hang on a moment, sir. While the 13 were safely at home, the masked gentlemen burned their likenesses before the horrified crowd. The onlookers were already convinced he could perform miracles, so all it took was some rudimentary pyrotechnics. That's preposterous! Professor Layton, sir, you're right. Found a second letter in one of the unsorted evidence bags. And there we have it. Very impressive, Professor. We're still investigating the petrification incident, but once we have more to go on, I'd appreciate your input. Who knows, now that we're onto the masked gentleman's methods, perhaps we can solve this one ourselves. I have faith in your team, Detective. We won't be beaten by this little toad and his fancy circus tricks. I knew there were tricks all along. Now I've got a crook to catch. I'll run 1,000 miles if I have to. For the yard. The Inspector. I think we'll be leaving too. Thanks again for your help, Professor. Inspector Corsi and I will continue our investigation of the petrification incident. Once he's calmed down, that is. We'll contact you just as soon as we've finished. I look forward to it. We'll follow our own leads in the meantime. Well then, meeting over. Back to the investigation. And you have a possible family. Professor, with your reputation for cracking cases, I must say I'm looking forward to seeing the fruits of your investigation. Once we have something of note to report, Detective, we will be sure to inform you. And regarding your own investigation, have you any inclination as to the identity of our villain? I suspect that the masked gentleman is a tourist. In fact, I have my team scouring hotels records as we speak. It's slow work, though. There are hundreds of tourists who have been in Monte for over a month. I imagine it's hard to gather many concrete details regarding the culprit. Yes, especially given this town's situation. The carnival certainly isn't helping. Indeed, with so many either wearing a mask or a costume, almost anyone could be a suspect. What's more, Sheffield tiptoes around the public. He's focused on shielding them rather than catching the culprit. Doesn't he see that the best way to protect the townspeople is to arrest the masked gentleman? I'm sorry, I've got a mountain of profiles to go through. I should get back to it. You and Sheffield don't seem to see eye to eye, do they? Enough about accomplices. I'm telling you, he's our man. Now get my evidence now. Ah, Layton, good timing. I'm on the verge of a breakthrough here. 3 more pieces of evidence and we'll be bringing our suspect in for questioning. Even if he tries to run, he won't get far. There are ways to track a person's movements. Here, have a look at this. It's one of the exercises we use to develop our men's tracking skills. The fuck is this? A little boy who was walking around town stopped in a certain place and stood watching people for a while. They were moving around in 3 distinct patterns as shown. Where was he? Circle with your answer on the map. By the way, the patterns shown are as seen from the side?
Don't keep me in suspense. There is no puzzle without a solution.
Layton, your line is every puzzle has an answer. I knew you'd get it. Our suspect is currently under close surveillance. He won't be going anywhere. Well, this sounds promising, Chief Inspector. Thank you. Just protecting our city as we always have. We don't need a fancy Scotland Yard pen pusher to help us. Of course. But I'm sure Bloom doesn't wish to step on your toes. He wants to catch the criminal like you. I know. Just like these London police always meddle and try to do things their way. So remember, if you find anything, come to me. I'm in charge here, not him. Layton, I just heard the news. Stupendous, absolutely incredible. It was nothing, Mr. Mayor. None of that now. The wizards told me how you have deciphered these miracles we've been plagued with. We'll be able to reopen the gallery. The curator will be thrilled. He says some new pieces have already been donated. I'll personally see to it that they're checked for vanishing paint.
Good, Professor. We can investigate the gallery ourselves now.
Let's make it our next stop. We may find some valuable clues. And there are 1 or 2 fine sculptures I'd like to see.
I like paintings better, but I like clues best of all.
Kind of bureaucracy. Getting so many of these, man. On horses and miracles. The conference kicked off with Detective Bloom and his theories on the first incident, in which people were transformed into horses. Although he did not witness the incident himself, his reasoning seems to be sound, and I believe his explanation to be fairly conclusive. The masked gentleman's motive for targeting the parade during its peak hours was presumably to incite the greatest amount of fear among the masses. On paintings and miracles. Next, Chief Inspector Sheffield laid out the details of the second miracle, in which characters seemingly climbed out from paintings and caused havoc in town. He concluded the trick had been executed using a collection of donated paintings, which were to be displayed at a specific time so that this paint would vanish just after the gallery's closing time. Few would be able to coordinate such an elaborate stunt. A number of accomplices would be necessary. This is worrying. On flames and miracles. The third spectacle, the public vanishing act, is particularly well thought out. The sight of people disappearing in an inferno would have been terrifying. The masked gentleman must have prepared his 13 victims well in advance so that he could reveal nothing that might incriminate him. There were no casualties, but there was no denying the pernicious nature of the gentleman's act. It is now evident that he bears great animosity towards Monte. Meeting adjourned. Having elucidated the first 3 miracles, the only miracle left to be explained is that of the stone statues. This progress has already had a positive effect on the city. The case of the living paintings now cracked. The police have agreed to reopen the art gallery. We shall pick up our investigation there in hopes of finding some new leads on the masked gentleman. Down to the office. Following the masked gentleman's first malicious deed, the city hall and admin are rushed off their feet. That is, until the mayor thinks of a brilliant way to save the city. Michelle!
Right here. Mr. Mayor, what's the matter?
I've just had the most luminous idea.
I see. Would you care to enlighten me as well, then?
Ever since that people turning into horses palaver, that's asking all sorts of questions, right?
Well, no wonder. I want to know who this masked gentleman character is. If only we knew.
Now I know it's disrupting your work, so there's me thinking, how about creating a special task force to deal with him? We could give them headquarters here in the city hall, so they'd be on hand in case anything else happens.
That's not a bad idea, actually.
It's good, isn't it? We could even call up Scotland Yard and commandeer an investigation team.
Wait a minute, sir, we can do that?
Well, if we can't, they'll just say no, won't they? If they say yes, whoop-dee-da for us.
Well, at least you're staying positive, Mr. Mayor.
Okay. More puzzles.
Oh, stop right there. Just what do you lot think you're doing loitering around the city hall?
I think there's been a misunderstanding. We are assisting the police with the masked gentleman investigation.
A likely story. You seem some sort of private detective. You'd have no trouble solving this puzzle then.
Actually, I'm an archaeologist.
Chess.
Pawn portions.
You want to cut this unusual 6x6 chessboard into 4 pieces that are the same shape, have an equal area, and each contain 1 white pawn and 1 black pawn. Can you work out how to do it?
Okay. 4 equal pieces.
Can't be that.
Just a dash of puzzle solving here. A fine puzzle for a gentleman.
Everything seems to be in order, I suppose. Try to look less suspicious next time.
Yes, well, I think we'll be on our way.
Yes, move along, will you? I can't do my job properly here with you tourists hanging around. Oh, Grosky, how well the neon lights of Monte to emphasize your resolute jaw, and the way the desert sun brings the flesh of sweet to your bare arms. It's almost too much to bear. Oh, sorry, I didn't see you there. I'm Hannah, president and sole member of the Clampets. Would you like to join? Hello, Hannah. I thought I might see you sooner or later. Where club goes, I will always follow. I've barely seen him though. He's been busy with police work all the time. Sorry you had to come all the way from London for nothing. Nothing. It's my duty and pleasure to chronicle Groski's every move. He's a legend, simply unbelievable. That's one way to describe him.
Anna, have you by any chance chronicled the inspector while he investigated any of the supposed miracles?
Of course. I got on his trail ever since he left London. He's been scouring this whole city for clues. I was actually there last night when those people got turned into stone, and we got trampled. And where was my hero? Why, he was too busy chasing down the villain to think of me, but how could I dislike that fiery and bridled passion? Well, I suppose it's good that he's always eager to track down injustice. Isn't it? Speaking of tracking, I happened to overhear a couple of officers talking about a curious set of carriage tracks. Next time we see Groski, I'm going to tell him about the tracks. He worked so hard, he may not have heard about them yet. On a different note, I found this photo while I was out documenting Groski's movements. I think there's some sort of puzzle in it.
The owner of a cafe took a photo of a visiting celebrity couple. Pleased as Punchy only said he put it up somewhere in the cafe, but the resulting photo ended up looking a bit, well, miserable. It was the best place to put it up without harming the cheerful ambiance of the cafe. Oh, and this is a special photo, so you can't cut it up. Oh. Pole.
This is how it's done.
I'm very smart.
All in a day's work.
If only life was simple as a puzzle. What am I doing? Not enough time to move around. I'm president of the compets after all.
Another one? Hannah and the cart tracks. As we headed towards the art gallery, we had an unexpected encounter with Hannah, who had raced to Monte on the heels of Inspector Groski. She appeared to be gathering information for the inspector. Her devotion is quite admirable for a civilian. She explained that the police were very interested in the discovery of some car tracks near the scene of the petrification incident. I will say that does sound like a promising lead. Ocarina. I think that works. That's not who that is. That's not who we got the puzzle from. That's not who we got this from. We got it from Hannah. Have another puzzle for me? No. I'm gonna assume there's not any up there either. Nothing from you.
Here we are. The gallery's open. Just like the mayor said.
Let's go inside and have a look. Oh, we can go down here. Do you have another one? No? Nobody's here. Neither are you? Neither am I. I'm not gonna check up above. Okay. Ah, this is a fine gallery.
Fine. It's magnificent.
Wait a minute. No. Where's the plaza? Where's the plaza? Something.
What do you think of the camel's hump? Pretty impressive, ain't it? I'm Yuckles, by the way.
Ah, yes, we met during the incident at the parade. I'm glad to see you're well.
Oh, it's you. You know, I thought I'd be turned to stone for sure. I guess I was just lucky.
So, what brings you up here today?
That tense setup west of here, but I'm on a break. Did my back and climb out of the clown car. I've just come up here to try solving my puzzle with a bit of peace. I'm not done. It's not done a blind bit of good, though. Hey, how do you feel about helping an old clown out?
Stuff for it. 4 large painted crates are standing here. When stacked in a certain way, these crates combine to create one of the 4 symbols of a card suit. Either spade, heart, diamond, or club. Use the crane to move the 4 crates and place them on dies. Dies? What? On the right, so that they can form this card suit symbol. You can rotate the crates horizontally in mind. Nope. Might have to be this. Might have to be the diamond. Can I create part of the diamond with this? Yeah. Oh my god. Oh dear. Can this be rotated in the other way? No. So it can't be that. Spade? No. Can I make a heart? Can I make a heart, maybe? We'll see, we'll see. No. You know what? You know what? Hmm. Clover. Okay.
I believe I have this one. Solving puzzles is truly a pleasure.
Thanks for the distraction, mate. For a second there, I almost forgot about my crippling back pain. Listen, I should be getting back now. We should stop by the circus sometime. It's your tiger buckets. Back to the place that I need to go.
Echo! Not so loud, Luke. You're not trying to appreciate the art.
An exquisite arch. The architect really had an eye for detail. It's marvelous how the horizon draws your eyes to the center.
This was painted really well. It's not very exciting, but there's something about it. See? And his strength isn't about looking muscly or strong. He looks calm and confident, just like you, Professor.
The title leads more of melancholy, not as uplifting as I'd hoped. Oh, glassy scarf. Oh, puzzle. The hidden puzzle, if I'm not mistaken. So I'm gonna have to get this in there somehow. Hmm. Hmm. So close. There we go.
Just a dash of puzzle solving here.
Good job, Layton. Your hand looks fucking weird like that.
Fine puzzle for a gentleman.
26 moves only? That's the minimum? I love the thrill of a good problem.
How does anyone have the patience to paint something so big? Now here's a classic. Is this supposed to be depicting London?
Yes, I think a painting like this in my office will do nicely.
I've seen this one before. It's quite a famous piece.
Such a delicate yet bold touch, leaving the viewer mesmerized.
Yes, my thoughts exactly.
Sure, Luke. Sure. I cannot tell you how satisfying it is to share a gift of fine art with the people again. I'm sure we have to thank you for our grand reopening. It's a great pleasure to meet you. My name is Beaufort. Herschel Layton. I gather you are the curator here. Would you mind if I asked you about the recent miracle? Not at all, but I'm afraid you may be disappointed. I didn't see anyone or anything suspicious. I will be inspecting anonymous donations much more carefully from now on, though. I don't imagine the masked gentleman will be making any more donations here. I certainly hope not. However, I rather enjoyed the puzzle you included with the paintings. Care to try? Why the fuck did he send you a puzzle? What? Toppings up.
A renowned but clumsy chef prepared his mouth-watering margarita pizza and cut it into 8 slices. That's how you spell margarita? Unfortunately, he somehow managed to flip all but one of them over in the process. He's tried his best to flip the slices back, but the cheese is spread so thickly that every time he flips one, the adjacent sides will turn over. Okay. My god. Ah. There we go.
Just a dash of puzzle solving here. A fine puzzle for a gentleman.
Oh, that was magnificent. It's no wonder Detective Bloom speaks so highly of you. Reopening the gallery would not have been possible without your help, or Mr. Ladore's for that matter. Oh, Henry helped you. Yes, that's right. He kindly donated a selection of pieces to replace those the police confiscated. So many, in fact, that we're even having to store some on the top floor for now. Exquisite sculptures, masterful watercolors. It's quite a collection.
That sounds very generous. Well, I suppose it's easy when you're the wealthiest man in town.
Indeed. You know, I'm not much for small talk. If you really want that information, you should pay a visit to the costume boutique. Theodore's lived here a long time and she knows everything about everyone.
You must be talking about Lude Miller.
Yes, it might be a good idea for us to speak to her again. Oh my god, stop giving these to me. I don't want any more. I feel bad for that rabbit. Glossy scarf. Beautiful scarf for a special lady. Who knows when that might be. Ah, donations. Montstarton Gallery was a quiet oasis, reprieve from the hubbub of the city. one would never know that anything amiss had happened there. Here, the seized paintings have been replaced by a selection of classics that I should love to examine closer, but on appreciation you'll have to wait. According to the curator, Henry contributed several works of art, most of which have not yet been put on display and are presently gathering dust in the warehouse on the top floor. Perhaps Ludmilla from the costume boutique can tell us more. The moment this woman arrived on the scene, she became a legend. Who is she? No, this isn't Layton. And where did she come from?
Once again, the masked man escapes me. At this rate, I'll never be able to aid my darling man. Oh, Krusky, there you are. Why aren't you on the scene yet? I suppose it's up to me to make you to work in your stead.
That speed, that elegance, that form, truly blessed with the grace and poise to rival that of the masked gentleman. You're not the female spy, are you?
What? Don't be absurd. I'm Hannah, president of the Crumpets and Krusky's #1 fan and follower.
I'm dreadfully sorry. It's just that you move with such finesse, I thought. Please forgive me.
I don't follow you at all. Though this does sound like something that could grab my darling's attention. Please tell me all you know about this spy.
Certainly, it's common knowledge now wherever the gentleman's church is sure to appear. And given that she first turned up after detectives were sent from London, it's rumored that she's really a third agent.
I'm not aware of this.
When the gentleman takes to the air, she leaps across rooftops. When he tries to lose her in the street, she's quick on her feet. No officer ever beats her to the scene of a crime. She seems to have scoured every inch of the city.
Goodness gracious, who is this woman? She sounds very suspicious to me. So perhaps if I find her, she can give me information for dear Krusky.
I too should very much like to see it with my own eyes, but I suspect she's nothing more than a fabrication.
We'll see about that. Thank you very much, sir. Now, there's no time to waste. My beloved beefcake will see you soon.
Goodness, that youthful passion makes me feel old. I must try switching mushrooms for pepperoni.
What? What does that mean? Hello there. Finally decided to choose a costume then?
Not this time, I'm afraid. We were hoping you could tell us a little more about Monte.
The investigation's going slowly, is it? I wonder if you've come back to see me then. Getting solid information on Monte is like gathering sand with a sieve. There are plenty of tourists coming and going, but it's hard to find people who really know the town.
Yes, we've noticed that many of the people we've talked to are somewhat uninformed.
See, I knew you were observant.
Madam, I have a question about the local police force.
Not so fast. Do you think information grows on trees? We're going to have to solve this puzzle first.
Trial by tennis. 6 ladies just finished playing a tennis tournament, round robin style. Each one played all the others once. The results are still in the process of being drawn up on the board as shown here, but you know that only 2 of the matches ran out of time and ended in draws. Much to her surprise, you managed to win the match despite being a tennis rookie. Can you work out who she defeated? Okay, so A won thrice, lost once, and drawed once. B won 4 times, didn't lose ever, so it's not B. F hasn't played, so it's not F. So D, C, or A.
Just a dash of puzzle solving here. A fine puzzle for a gentleman.
Now then, you were going to tell us about the local police force.
Well, very well. The people of Monte are reluctant to rely on the local police. It's not that our officers are untrustworthy, they're just, well, inexperienced, shall we say?
And do you know anyone with a grudge against the Ludors or Dalston?
Well, I imagine there are hundreds who are none too pleased about losing all their savings in the casinos. But whoever's pulling off these flashy stunts doesn't seem short of cash.
That's a good point.
Of course, tell you what though. That circus out by Dawson's place must have cash to spare. They wanted a stack of costumes from me about a month ago, covering my overheads for the quarter. Don't circus performers usually have their own costumes? Oh, maybe the circus keepers performing the miracles!
It's possible. In any case, we should see what we can find out at the circus tent. But Muller offers some advice. That Muller was generous enough to enlighten us on the many problems surrounding the continuing development of Monte d'Or. Notably, she was of the opinion that the police force is still too small and too green to handle such a rapidly growing city. Lord Miller also mentioned that about a month ago, the circus near Chateau Dalston hired a large quantity of vestments from her boutique. I assume she was referring to the Stella Circus, which we passed earlier on the way to Dalston's estate.
I already have 5 of these. It's kind of crazy in there. That's a lot. No, can't do that. No. No. How do I connect these? Yellow cake. Crunchy loaf. I see. Oh God. Little cake, little loaf, sponge. Alright, I can't put it there.
Loaf. Can't do that. Let me see. I just want to see. Yeah, okay. But what if I do like this, though? No. No. Okay. Let's see. Does that work? No. Place I can put that. Fine. That doesn't work. The loop doesn't connect to this. Okay. Let's go this direction. don't know, I don't know, I don't know, I don't know, I don't know. So, quite the detour, sorry. Hurry up. Hurry up, man. Hurry up, man. Okay. Okay. I haven't been on the circus for ages. Let's go. We didn't come here to clown around, Luke. But I suppose we have to go with the investigation. Ooh, what a ferocious tiger. Now I'm curious. Come on, you two. Let's go. I mean, that's not setting a good example. No. Acrobatic bureaucrat. Maintaining balance is never an easy task. But the clowns make it look like a piece of cake. Bouncing on a ball? It's easy once you get used to it. Oh. Intriguing. Look closer and you see that the illuminations come together to form an elaborate puzzle. Lighting action. The ringmaster is having a word with the man in charge of lighting. With the man in charge of lighting. An angry word. Hey, what do you call this mess? Put these lights in order. On the double. Leave the top left and bottom right ones. They're all right. If you need to move to rotate the rest, remember they need to be in order from top left to bottom right. No! Oh my god. Oh my god, I hate these fucking puzzles. Because when I want to rotate, it makes me move them, and when I want to move them, it makes me rotate them. There. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh my god. Finally!
Just a dash of puzzle solving here. A fine puzzle for a gentleman.
That's so hard, video game. It isn't ideal, but at least now the stage will be lit in time for the show. They're having a fire. They must put the oil here, may I? You can do it, Emmy, as long as the hair doesn't catch fire. The courage required for such a feat must be tremendous. Hannibal has worked with the finest trainers in the world. Don't try to pet him, though. He'll bite your hand off. Ladies and gentlemen, children of all ages, welcome to the Stellar Circus. Hello, Ringmaster. The rabbit you gave us is doing well. No, he isn't. I haven't touched him. Ah, that creature. I forgot about that. That's because business is booming. Mr. Dawson hired us about a month ago, and it's been sold out every night. Even as we speak, our star performer is out before a packed crowd. I really can't thank Mr. Dawson enough for his investment. He even offered us this prime location. Ringmaster, I'm told that you recently rented a large quantity of costumes from the local boutique. Looking around your establishment, it's clear you already have more than enough. Why did you need to hire more? Hey, underneath the face paint and the colored wigs, circus performers are real people with real needs. They wanted to enjoy the carnival with the rest of the city, but I didn't want them ruining their work uniforms. So I hired them a bunch of carnival costumes the locals and tourists usually wear. Is that a problem? No, of course not. That was kind of you. I like to think so. I also like to think that I'm smart enough to solve puzzles, but I'm stuck by this one. Can you help? What? I love it when they fucking juxtapose it like that. It's so funny. It's always so funny. Miss A is complaining about the seat she had for last night's play. Can you work out where she was sitting? 1, the 5 of us sat in a row with me in the middle. Talk about a fifth wheel. 2, of course, I got stuck behind some oaf in a top hat. I could hardly see the stage. 3, there were 4 seats behind me, and the aisle is to my right. I needed the loo, but I didn't dare make a fuss. 4, since my view was blocked, I took to looking at my ticket and noticed the seat number in a row were 2 apart. Oh, me. To be O? Or just 4?
I believe I have this one. Solving puzzles is truly a pleasure.
I'm impressed. With wit like yours, you'd make a fine clown, or perhaps an animal trainer. Speaking of which, you should meet our resident tiger, the ferocious and fearsome Hannibal. Mr. Dawson visits him quite often. His enclosure's right over there if you want to see him. A white tiger. Do you think you could talk to him, Luke?
I don't know, but I'd love to try.
Thank you, Ringmaster. We'd be delighted to talk to Hannibal for a moment. Talk? With the tiger? Oh, it's no skin off my nose. Careful though, he's not the ferocious and fearsome Hannibal for nothing. Yeah. Oh my, he's certainly talkative. According to the Ringmaster, he's quite fearsome.
And ferocious! Let me see if you can understand me. I still think it's odd that you can talk to animals, Luke. But since it's aiding our investigation, I'll keep my mouth shut. And thanks, I suppose. I hope that he's not too ferocious. Don't worry. Just think of him as a giant house cat with bigger teeth. Well, here goes nothing. Hello, Hannibal. We're here to solve the puzzle of the masked gentleman. Would you... Oh, really? I see. What is it, Luke? What did he say? He says he's got his own puzzle that needs solving.
When was the last time Luke solved a puzzle? Kitty Solitaire. Lucky the black cat and her 8 white kittens are sitting on a 5x5 board. Both Lucky and the kittens can jump over any kitten that is on a horizontally, vertically or diagonally adjacent square. Jumping over a kitten removes the kitten from the grid. Lucky is safe though, as the little kittens can't jump over her. Okay, so Lucky has to do the last one. Oh yeah, diagonals. Yeah, no, I didn't like that. I think that's mostly what I have to do. Let me get the cat, man. There we go. Gotcha. You have to stay in the middle? Okay. Fuck this bullshit.
Let's see if this is right. I'm the Professor's apprentice.
There.
Wow! What is it? Don't just say wow. Hannibal is friends with Mr. Dalston. And he's not ferocious or fearsome at all, he's just a cab. He says Mr. Dalston brings him treats and scratches him behind the ears. He also said that last night after the circus finished, Mr. Dalston brought him a treat and played with him. Wow, who would have guessed?
He rarely shows it, but Dawson has always loved animals.
So, the circus had a show last night?
The circus members couldn't have been helping the masked gentleman. As for Dalston, well, I doubt he'd want to upstage the circus he himself hired.
And anyway, Professor, if he was with Hannibal, he can't be the culprit, can he?
Not according to our evidence so far.
So we're back to square one?
Oh, God damn it. Ferocious beast, stuffed tiger toy, sold at the circus mess, £8 at any moment. Ruling out the Stellar Circus. Based on our knowledge of the events thus far, it's evident that the masked gentleman needs a large number of helpers in order to perform his stunts. I surmise that a circus troupe might be involved, wearing hired clothing to disguise themselves as ordinary citizens. But after talking to the ringmaster, I have revised my opinion. We may yet learn something if, with Luke's help, we can extract testimony from the circus is White Tiger, whom Dawson frequently visits. A tiger's testimony. We are truly fortunate that Luke is able to speak to animals, for we might otherwise have never learnt that the circus was performing as usual on the night of the petrification miracle, and that Dawson spent the entire evening there. If we're to believe Hannibal's testimony, Dawson is not our culprit. We must hope that the real mastermind will fall into our hands tonight. Just want to get rid of the flashing new. The Stellar Circus's ferocious tiger, Hannibal, and Dawson are the best of friends. Today, Dawson pays a visit with the usual delicacies in hand. Ringmaster, my good man. Why, it's Mr. Dalston. Welcome to our humble circus. Please come in. I'm afraid the show doesn't start for another 3 hours, though. No worries. I just came by to drop off some goodies for everyone, to get your strength up before the show. Oh, thank you kindly. So is Annabelle around? Annabelle, how are you, boy? I've brought some of the lovely fresh meat again. Got your chops round for this? Row, 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 row. I knew you'd like that. Hope you don't mind the ramblings of a poor rich bloke like me. Rawr. His Lordship Henry Ball has beaten me again. He's got the same assets behind profits. How does he do it? The real thorn in my paw these days is that crackpot calling himself the masked gentleman. Authors into town like he owns the place, ruins the party for everyone and expects us to simply take it. Look, I know this city isn't perfect. It's full of money grabbers and cheaters, but it's my own, my whole life. You know what I mean, don't you, boy? I know you understand me. No, well, I think I'll name my next hotel after you. How about that? In a black and white stripes, the works. Ah, then we'd agreed. Once someone cleans up this royal mess, you and me can say no to the Hannibal attack. Okay, and we're almost done with the chapter. Boy, it's already getting late.
Professor, the Master Gentleman's warning said that his next miracle will happen tonight.
We'd better hurry to the Gallery Plaza. Not yet. I'm so very sorry, sir, but Mr. Dawson has got left to go to the plaza. I'd hate for you to come all the way out here to Chateau Dawson for nothing, so please take this puzzle. There's a special way to arrange these jewels. Can you figure out? View from the north, the diamond is right of the ruby, and the emerald is left of the sapphire. From the east, the emerald is right of the diamond. From the south, the ruby is left of the sapphire. From the west, the sapphire is on the far right, the ruby is on the far left, and 2 jewels lie between them.
Just a dash of puzzle solving here. A fine puzzle for a gentleman.
Well done, sir. I suppose you should be making your way to the Gallery Plaza now. My thoughts exactly. Okay. So close. So close. Sorry, do you have a puzzle for me? Say it ain't so. Stellar Circus, come one, come all, to the Stellar Circus! Oh, my favorite visitors, would you like to fly? I really want to see my doors to be Okay. There's a 3x3 grid of some very dapper teddy bears from Bungle's sticker collection. It looks as if they're arranged in some kind of pattern, but one of the stickers has fallen off. Which bear sticker fits into the empty square? A, B, C, or D?
I believe I have this one. Solving puzzles is truly a pleasure.
Okay. That was the last puzzle. Here, you'll see my bacon.
Putting up posters, handing out flyers, sounds like hard work.
Oh, it's very demanding, but how else can I tell people about the circus? Oh, actually, I've had a fantastic idea. Okay, I don't care, I don't care, I don't care, I do not care. I do not care. Why is this so long? Why was that conversation so long?
Hush, lad, it's terrible that nasty Master Gentleman is going to appear again tonight.
Don't worry, Gloria. Just be sure to stay away from the Gallery Plaza.
Oh, it's past my bedtime anyway. Are you going then?
Yes, I must continue my investigation.
Look at that. Look at you, all grown up. Well, I won't stop you from going, but do be careful. If Lucille knew you were heading straight into danger, she'd have a fit.
Of course, Gloria. I'll be careful. Okay. Aha! What's that, Master Gentleman? You want me to read you your right? How about a couple of lefts for pow?
How'd it work, Inspector?
Ugh. Emmy, it's here. If you're looking for blame, he's off arguing with Sheffield. Things aren't going smoothly. These desert dodos don't know the first thing about police work. We should be evacuating everyone from the plaza. Doesn't matter though. I'm going to arrest the crook the minute he shows up. I look forward to it. We're at the Gallery Plaza. Angela, I didn't expect to see you here.
I had to come, Herschel. I'm worried about the town.
But it's dangerous here. The masked gentleman could appear any minute now.
Yes, we received a letter too. It said that Henry and I had to come tonight. So you see, we have no choice. But why are all these tourists here? They realize they're in danger?
No, they didn't get letters. Unfortunately, curiosity tends to be stronger than fear.
I wonder what's going to happen.
Huh? Huh? Professor, look up there!
Huh?
5, 6, 7, 8. No one can escape their fate.
Huh? He's walking on air.
How is that possible?
What in the world? It can't be!
What is he doing up there?
Is this really some type of magic?
Ladies and gentlemen, your eyes do not deceive you. Leave the deception to your local leaders. Time to wake up, Monte d'Or, and get enlightened.
They disappeared.
I hope you've enjoyed tonight's miracle. I strive to please. Monte d'Or is not long for this world. Those who prosper by the mask must also wither by it. I do hope you'll be at my next show tomorrow. Stop by Tingley Town if you have the time.
Tingley Town? That's the amusement park here, right?
I believe so. And with that, we have advance warning of the masked gentleman's next move.
Ah, and look! It's the beautiful wife of the richest man in town. Say hello to Mrs. Angela Lador. Mrs. Lador, please grace us with your presence tomorrow. I suppose you can bring Mr. Lador, if you must.
How does he know me?
Oh, and don't forget to tell the tourists that the town is cursed. Sorry I didn't mention that earlier. Those who stay jeopardize their lives, but those who leave risk missing the greatest show ever. My curse can be lifted if someone brings forth something to oppose my power. Perhaps another mask? But the Mask of Order is another tale of woe, isn't it? Until we meet again!
The Mask of Order?
The Mask of Order? What's that?
Is it some sort of compliment to the Mask of Chaos? Could that mean...
So, if we can get that mask, then we can stop the mask.
Sorry, Luke.
Well, that's not going to be an easy task. The existence of the mask has never been verified.
Is this true, Herschel? Can this other mask stop this madness?
I don't fucking know.
Well, what do you think, Layton?
Oh. The Mask of Order. Donald Rutledge's ancient histories tells of a Mask of Order, a counterpart to the Mask of Chaos that can negate its power. This mask could be the key to stopping the Masked Gentleman, but how to find it? I have my doubts about the Mask of Chaos and its special powers, so a mask that can counter it. Dubious. The Levitation Miracle. After appearing walking on thin air, the Masked Gentleman lifted onlookers into the air before making them vanish altogether. What tricks did he resort to in order to pull off this miracle? Those people appeared to be simply swallowed up into the night sky. There must be some sort of trick to it. All the incidents so far have involved a fair number of accomplices. This one is surely no different. So, I wonder, is he technically breaking... I don't think he's technically breaking the law. Well, threatening those people was breaking the law, but I think other than that, no law has been broken. Why are we being circled?
Just what is going on here?
Alphonse Dalston. What? You are suspected of crimes against the city of Monte. We'd like you to come with us.
You can't do this, Sheffield. I have my rights.
Why do you look evil?
Henry?
And 15 years old.
Henry, I knew it was you. You set me up with this stupid letter just to get me out here because you're not man enough to face me yourself. Coward!
As long as I live, this city will not be harmed. The rest is irrelevant.
I'm not letting that miscreant get away. For the yard! Gov, that masked gentleman fellow's getting away. Shouldn't we go after him? Groski can handle it. If that crane to Inferno escapes, we still have the real mastermind cornered. Right, Gov. Now then, Dalston, enough playing around. I know you're behind all of this. Codswallop. Layton, back me up here. Chief Inspector, if I may, the evidence we have at this point suggests that... Enough, Layton, you're too close to this. It's clouding your judgment. Sir, I do not like this man at all. The truth is that Dalston is in love with Mrs. Lador, has been for years. That's why he's trying to bring Henry down. Chief Inspector, that's absurd. Dalston, if you've any respect for this town, you'll come with us voluntarily. Don't make me force you. Fine, I'll go. I have nothing to hide. We'll see about that. Hold on, I want to say something to Henry. Will you grant me that at least? Fine, but make it quick. Henry, set me up. You won't be satisfied until I've ruined everyone's lives, will you? You sent Randall into those ruins 18 years ago, and what? Now I'm the one in your way. Accidents can be so convenient, eh? With Randall out of the picture, you took all the treasure for yourself. And as if you had destroyed enough lives. Already, you forced Angela to marry you. Do you really think she loves you, after everything you've done? Angela may be your wife, but I know that not a day goes by that she doesn't blame you for Randall's death. You stole the treasure. You stole Angela. You stole Randall's entire life. You're wrong. Am I? Angela knows I'm right. Go on, ask her. Ask her who's behind the masked gentleman. Your wife is sabotaging the city of miracles. She's doing it right under your nose. Enough, Dalston, we're leaving. I'll prove my innocence, Henry. As soon as I get out, you'll pay for this. Henry, I know, Angela. Let's just go home. Yes, of course. Professor, I have to say, you look troubled. Is something on your mind? Yes, indeed. Alphonse Dalston is an innocent man.
And we have a witness that can prove it!
A witness, you say? Well, can you bring them here?
Not really.
Doing so would prove difficult. But witnesses aside, the evidence alone will confirm Dalston's innocence. Sorry to burst your bubble, Professor, but I doubt Sheffield is going to be interested in what you have to say right now. However, consider this. If Dalston really is innocent, the true perpetrator is still out there. So if another miracle happens while Dalston is behind bars, we'll know we've got the wrong man. Anyway, Dawson's interrogation is tomorrow. I urge you to get some sleep and join us then. Good night. It seems we don't have much choice. Let's retire to the hotel for the night.
Poor Mr. Dalston.
My God, it's still going.
Professor, will you continue your story? We might be able to learn something about the mask.
Very well. Where were we? Ah, yes. There was a puzzle contained within the scroll of the symbols Randall showed us. To Randall, it was just the first step on his road to renown, yet following that road was to change our lives forever. Okay, finally. Okay. We'll go back to the past. We'll see more shit that happened in a much shorter chapter. I know the next chapter is so much shorter. Anyways, I'll see you all next time. Bye-bye.